Welcome back to the Dr. Alex Show. And in studio here, we have a very important guest, my best friend, mentor, and neighbor, Kevin Oldham. Kevin, why don't you go ahead and tell everyone why you're here today? I'm
here because I'm a huge supporter of yours. But if we think about, as it relates to what you and Lauren are doing in the world, helping people, I think about what you've done for my family. Our daughter with dyslexia, my son when he had those, do you remember that, the Pants Pandas thing?
That was early on.
Myself with, which we got to talk about, my sleep issues have come back. But you've helped our family in so many ways. And then when you guys launched the business back in 2020 at the beginning of a pandemic, is when I really started to understand how you guys have a special place in the world for helping people with unique disabilities, conditions, and I'm excited to be on the show and just be able to, break bread, talk about what you guys are doing, helping people. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I was thinking about what we want to do for the show. We did this whole hey, what are the current trends in healthcare? So like red light beds and actually cold plunges.
Yeah,
which
I've been doing a lot of that.
You should probably talk about your experiences there because you can talk more about that than I can. And just other things. And then I was texting you, getting some updates on marketing endeavors. And then I was like, what are you doing? Come on the show.
Yeah, when you asked me yesterday, I'm like, I'm working like every Friday. I was hoping you were going to say, hey, let's go race cars or something like that, since that's one of the things we do together in our spare time. But you're like, no, let's work.
Let's go to the podcast
Which is good, man. I was like, yeah, that'd be an honor to go on the Dr. Alex show.
Well, yeah, I have no idea what we're going to do this show, but I guess we could start with your family, because we've been able to do something for almost everyone actually.
I was going to say, what have you done for my spouse? Because I was trying to figure out.
She had a foot injury.
Yes. Yep.
Relatively minor to everything else, but even your wife had a foot injury. She had, if I remember right, a dropped met head. So the metatarsal was.
Yep. Yeah, she's all messed up because of all her running and poor posture issues, like when she stands all day for work. But yeah, the impact that you guys have had on the Oldham family has been pretty wild when you think about, I think, what most people think about your guys' business when they're looking from the outside in. So let's talk about our local community. You guys are chiropractors by trade. Chiropractors are very plentiful. There are a ton of chiropractors out there.
There's like 10 or probably more than that right here in downtown Lee Summit.
Yeah. There's probably as many as there are like hair salons, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so what's cool is I look at what you've done with our family, very little of it is the traditional, what people would expect from chiropractic. Hey, I'm going to go on your table, you're going to adjust me, and I'm going to leave. I've got a folder of Lucy's, so Lucy's my daughter, of her dyslexia journey. And I have photos of her very first, like right after we figured out she had dyslexia. She went through, testing. I'm like, okay, my wife and I were, and you guys were very instrumental in that, like trying to figure out, what do we do with this? How do we make it so she can be successful, or at least even with her peers? I want to tell you something. Last night, I got her MAP testing scores. And she's right there, like reading, no accommodations or anything. And I was like, man, this is awesome. And
in middle school.
In middle school. Yeah, her first semester in middle school, which is, a challenge as well.
Yeah, first semester in middle school.
So I look at things like that. I look at when, you all have helped me personally, and still, I come in every 2 weeks, right? I look at what, like almost a crisis with Landon, our son. That was scary, weird, abrupt, so it's been very cool being a patient, but also being somebody who's been helping you guys from the business perspective get the word out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And like, and I guess you're really good. The Oldhams are actually a good example of like what all can be done.
Yeah, we are. I hadn't thought about it till we started talking about it today, but we are that family who's come in with a variety of different challenges that if we would have gone to, our traditional primary care doctor or whatever, I think we would have probably beat our head up against the wall and not got the answers we wanted in the time frame that we wanted. And so it was really, and also the level of trust. It's like, okay, we implicitly trust you guys. We know you guys. We know you love our family, and everything that you do is going to be with your best intent. The fact that you're not bound by insurance also, like a lot of traditional primary people that are providing care, that's huge, right? You don't work for the insurance company.
Mm-hmm.
Most medical professionals work for the insurance companies.
Yeah.
And I've consulted a lot of medical professionals. They don't like that. They want to work with the patients, right? Like what you're able to do at HML Functional Care. And I think there's a lot of merit there.
Yeah. And that, so really good point there. Because people will, I got to bring that up, insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've even brought it up before. People will almost get offended that you don't take their insurance. Yeah. Which is it's rightfully so. I mean, people they work hard. They have jobs that provide them and their families benefits, sure. and they think that insurance should cover things. So I get it, but you're absolutely right. Like the best way to put it is if you at least are in network with insurance, and then someone comes in, and then you have things outside of what could be paid for that could help, or you feel very confident could help, and you don't do it as a provider because you know that you're going to get that money, but that person isn't getting better. A, it's hard to sleep at night. Mm-hmm. And B, I know work isn't about fun, but it's not near as much fun.
Yeah, work is about fun. It should be.
Well, it should be.
I mean,
it really should.
And that's a whole different topic. Like, we have one earthly life. Why not have fun doing it? Like, work doesn't have to be this. And I feel like you and Lauren, you guys really are you familiar with the Japanese concept? It's ikigai, I think that's how you pronounce it, or ikigai.
You've actually you and I have just talked about it, but
right.
It's been some time.
So Japanese culture is very different than American culture. Actually, everybody's culture is different than us. We're the only country that I know of that we're just going to work ourselves to death,
yeah.
Right? And in Japan, that concept of what are your talents? What do you have fun doing? What is the world willing to pay you for? And it gives you energy. Like all those things. That is what you guys are doing. That's what I'm doing with my life. And frankly, I don't feel like that's the way work should be. I feel like that's the way everybody should try to find something that fits into that framework.
Yeah, that I don't know who first said it, but that age old if you do what you love, then you never work a day in your life.
Yeah, like I woke up this morning, I was like super excited because I'm not doing anything I don't want to do. I mean, I will do things I don't want to do today, but for the most part, the big things are like things that were exciting me, like this. Give me energy, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. But it's a really good point with that insurance because it's healthcare and people think it should get paid for. So I get it, but
it's sick care, man. I mean, it's like the whole health insurance issue in the United States of America is designed to be reactive. Everything that we do is designed when we're sick to help try to fix it versus proactive. Hey, I'm going to take care of myself and do some things that, maybe if I'm not quote unquote sick by a traditional, definition, are going to allow me to live a long and prosperous and healthy life.
Yeah.
And you guys are core to that. I mean, that's why I come on your table proactively a couple times a month. Always looking at different modalities and things like that we can, add to people's lives to help them live rich lives. So hopefully a lot of people that come into your practice are proactive versus reactive.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is getting to be, for the most part, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are wanting just more productive answers to their health.
Absolutely. I mean, if we don't have our health, what do we have?
Yeah. It's kind of like it's the number one asset that doesn't get you any direct dollars back per se, but without it, what all can you achieve?
Money's no good if you're dead.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I didn't have anything there.
Oh,
I just said it's true.
Yeah. So I guess to kind of paint the picture, we should let people know what is it that you do for a living, because you're heavily involved with the office.
Oh yeah. So I've got a couple things that I focus on. I've got, as you know, a small chain of smoothie shops, the Smoothie Shop and Supplements. That business is local to Kansas City. It's a business that we acquired back before the pandemic. We polished it up during the pandemic, and actually we're looking at expansion of that business right now. But that one just is a value creator type of business that just works without my daily involvement.
Yeah, and because it's a franchise.
Yeah, we created a franchise system. Exactly. Yep. So me and my attorney, Tim Dinker, were the franchisors. We got a couple locations, and as we sit here right now, I'm making money. I mean, that's what I'm trying to teach people with my other business, which is DeFactory. We just celebrated our decade anniversary, which is really cool. And for the first 9 years, we were a marketing services provider to businesses. I've been a marketer for 3 decades. I got sick of it. That's a whole big topic right there, but I just decided to change what our company's problem was we were helping people solve for. So instead of just getting more customers, which is what you're solving for when you hire a marketing company, I'm going to help you get more customers, but I'm also going to make it in a way that you have options. So I became a certified exit planning advisor through the Exit Planning Institute a year ago, keep getting accreditations, all for the sake of helping entrepreneurs hit the finish line with their business and be able to transfer it to somebody else instead of just closing. And a lot of that work is just good business practices today. Mm-hmm. So making your founders so the business doesn't revolve around them is a big part of my work, and then making it so it's a valuable asset. It's just not this lifestyle business. A value creator like our smoothie shops.
Yeah, and actually, you started putting that bug in our ear a few years ago, mm-hmm. And I mean, we still have to talk about that. It is this whole, okay, we have Dr. Alex, Dr. Lauren. That's not what HML is. HML is, the people, but that's just it. It's the people, not just the 2 current docs.
Yeah. It's your unique way of doing business. It's the way that you guys take somebody like my son, right? Mm-hmm. Who, I mean, I still remember that irrational. We were trimming his toenails, and he had an irrational response, and I was like, "Whoa, what is happening with this child?" Mm-hmm. And this is what 7 years ago. It's been a while.
Yeah.
So taking that type of information then and putting people through a modality that you're trained in, various courses of care or whatever, like that's the HML. That is your secret sauce. Mm-hmm. You and Dr. Lauren just happen to be the 2 primary people that are administering that right now. But the way that you've created it, even down to the new office and the flow that you guys have and the different stations, the sensory station, all these things, that is your secret sauce, mm-hmm. right? The way that you've built the business. And so the next step for you all, if it ever makes sense, would be to start training others to deliver it, which you already are. I mean, you've got your office staff at whatever. Mm-hmm. And then just see what happens,
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah, in the ideal world, we are having people one-on-one trained for where there is direct oversight on that for months.
Yeah.
So like our current new staff member, Miss Molly, she had her baby, so she's out for a little bit. Yeah. I don't think she's coming back.
Yeah. I mean, always about 50-50.
Yeah. The baby's really cute. So she's
probably 60-40 then.
Yeah, she's
if it was an ugly baby, it'd be 25-75. She'd probably come back hide from her kid. What parent thinks their kid is ugly? I mean, we've seen ugly kids, right? And you're like, kid's ugly, but the parents fall in love with it.
There is that phenomenon.
Keep going.
There's that phenomenon. But no, this one's cute. It's Gerber cute. You're like, man, that's annoyingly cute.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
she ain't coming back. So. It's just like speaking of business, okay, we have to prepare for that because, mm-hmm. and it's not just from a business standpoint. It's like, okay, we still want to take care of people, so we have to have staff there. And now we're really wanting to be at the point to where we can have these people come in and have staff do some of the work with the kiddos and the patients. Mm-hmm. But with our new staff, Mariah, she is still directly supervised. Like even yesterday was over her shoulder as she was working with mm-hmm. the kid mm-hmm. and critiquing every little thing. And she probably hates it. But she's on a very short leash because, well, A, it's a child, and B, it's the HML's name on the line.
Absolutely.
So when parents come in, they would rather have, let's say, the doc come work with us. Mm-hmm. But there's nothing wrong with someone who's one-on-one trained. And the way that the office is laid out now, there is always a doc in the room.
Yeah.
Just maybe not directly working with a kid.
And that's what I love about your new, the new format of HML, which we're kind of calling it HML 2.0. It's the office space and toying with how patients flow, the different stations, et cetera. And I love the fact that when I walk in the front door, I can see you guys around the corner. Whereas your old office, you had the upstairs and the downstairs. You could hear that maybe Lauren was working on the neurosage with the kiddo or something, and maybe you guys would stick your head out, hey, y'all. But this is way more, like you said, probably assuring for somebody who's never been there before that the providers in the room, or the doctors in the room, even if that doctor's not directly working with that child or working with that patient.
Yeah.
So I think it's just awesome from a business architecture perspective and designing the business, which is a lot of the work I do. It's like intentional design of the business. That camera went off. Keep going. Mark. But I think that's really, really cool how you guys have developed a kind of experience. And we talked about some of the other things we could do to help people understand what's happening in there without the context of explaining it to them. So like, hey, put a sign up that says sensory station so that patient who's coming in from a back injury who called you and you were the fifth provider and they needed service today, they don't know anything about you. And you're like, yeah, we can fit you in. Now they come in and they're like, well, what all do you guys do here? What are all these cool toys, the hyperbaric chamber, the neurosage, all these cool things.
Yeah.
So it's like a, you know what I think your place is like? It's almost like a gymnasium full of cool things to help people get better.
Yeah. I had a patient call it play with purpose.
Yeah.
And so like another thing that comes to mind is a recent colleague passed away. Rest in peace, Todd Jones, practiced for probably longer than I lived.
Oh, really?
He was a clinical genius, just smart.
Yeah.
And his widow was gracious enough to hand his patient's files over to us because they're like, hey, I need someone to hold on to these in case they need records. And we're like, great. And then she goes, by the way, you can let them know, you can see them. I'm like, oh my gosh. So we shouted that out and we said, we have same training as Dr. Jones. If you need help for anything, come on in. And a lot of people have come in. And these are people that have seen a man for 30 years.
Yeah.
And super humbling because they're like, I'm going to give you a try. And they keep coming back.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
But the one problem is they come in, they're like, well, he would just like do his thing. He was like a wizard.
Which, yeah, I get it.
And then so I read his notes and I'm like, well, I know what he did. But to your point with like, you walk in, you have this 20 by like 30-foot room. It's massive. And there's all this equipment laying around, but nothing's like labeled. Like if we simply have something on the wall that says sensory station or vestibular therapy, then it's going to get people to understand like, they're doing brain drills with these kids. Not like they're doing some weird stuff, but like they look like they're having a good time. And they said they work with kids with needs. Give them a call. Like I'd rather have people have some more information going into it.
I agree. I mean, it's a blank slate right now too. It's really I love your guys' new office. It feels more homely, I think is the word I'm looking for. Like I feel more comfortable there than I did your old office, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's a weird feeling, but I love it. I think it's great for you guys' trajectory of where you want to go with the biz and help more people.
Oh, I do too. And it's so like, and it's cool because like you said, you walk in and there's a door, you can see the big room right away. Yeah. And then on that same wall, there's another door. And usually we have them open. The only time they're closed is if we got a kid who's really having a hard time.
Sure.
Mainly because they want to run away. So, all right. So most of the time they're open. So we don't want the parents in the room. Kids always do better without you, with you away. So every once in a while we got to have parental intervention, but like at this point, for instance, Lauren can get a kid to do anything. I mean, she'll look at a kid and be like, okay, you're going to stand on your head now, But so like just yesterday we had two kids, one of them a little shy, the other super hyperactive, and the parents were kind of in and out of the doorway. And one of the kids was like, I want my parents to come in. And he wasn't listening to what I needed him to do. So then I looked at the parents. I was like, no. I was like, don't even think about it. Just stay right there. Because he didn't see that they were there. I was like, stay right there. And then we worked through the situation and did it. And then I said, now, like, cheer, like, do it. So they saw the winning moment, and he didn't know that. That's way more powerful than, hey, little Jimmy, listen to Dr. Alex.
Right.
None of that helps.
Yeah. No, I
So
get that.
it's creating like this kind of fun experience.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, the other parents were like in and out watching, and then their little brother was just sitting there like in the corner, like, what's my older brother doing? This is amazing. Like, oh my gosh. And sitting there having fun with, like, Mariah's running around with the kid, and then our new intern Gabby is like working with one of them. So it's just this like ever evolving environment.
Yeah. I know, it's
30,
awesome.
60 minutes.
I'm very excited for the future for you guys.
It's cool.
Yeah. 5 years of business too.
Yeah. 5 years like that in that capacity. It took us a long time to get to where we were. You actually saw where I initially practiced.
I know. I was looking through something the other day on my computer, and some of your old videos from when you were up in North Kansas City doing whiteboard videos. I came across them.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it was on Facebook. Maybe it was a memory. And I was like, oh my gosh, how far you've come. And then also that video that the two of you did at the beginning of March when the pandemic started. You guys looked freaked out. You and Lauren, I'm like, we need to get on video. We need to start advertising. And just seeing you guys, I'm like, man, starting this business, literally, when they tell us that we can't meet in person, we can't touch each other, we got to stay away from each other, like all these things. And I remember I remember the time when I realized what was happening in the world. You and I were in the alley, and I'm like, I need to go inside. And I just started building. I started building your guys' patient getting machine because I realized what the stakes were and everything. I just had this moment. I'm like, my friends just did a personal guarantee on their house to get an SBA loan to start a business. The world just went crazy, and I got to figure out how to make it so that their plane doesn't crash. Literally, that's the conversation I had with myself. And I'm so thankful that the modalities that we assigned worked. You know, like, I remember texting you and Lauren, and we're like, lead. We got a new lead on every single opportunity that was coming in because we needed them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You guys needed them. I needed them.
It was, it was
scary.
It was a big deal. Like, it's kind of funny. I guess people don't know that we started. HML saw its first patient, Lauren, at that first location that we worked together, March 2nd. Jackson County, Missouri shut down 2 or 3 weeks later.
Yeah. You couldn't have picked a more interesting time to start your business.
So, needless to say, like we wouldn't be like where we're at without you because of that. And when people hear that story, like, oh my gosh, like, what'd you guys do? And it was brilliant on your part because everyone was already at home.
Yeah.
So
let's just go load them up.
And it's not to be controversial, but the people that weren't worried about the virus, or they were okay with the circumstances, whatever was going through the head, they came in.
Yeah, they did. There were plenty of them.
And
there were a ton of them.
Yeah, there was a ton of them. And then what was really neat, you kind of set locally. You set the bar for marketing for chiropractors because of that. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of doctors in the area 100% copied what we did.
Right.
And we were just like, well, if that's what you got to do, that's great.
Yeah.
Help them out.
Yeah. And what's funny is that methodology doesn't work now. Like,
yeah.
You guys were like, hey, we'd like to get some new patients into the business. Let's try what we did before. I'm like, nah, that's dead. That play's dead. Now we got to do short form video and everything. The goalposts keep moving in terms of how we introduce our brands to people.
Yeah.
So
well, and that's important because you can sit there and start throwing wet noodles against the wall like an old way of advertising.
Yeah.
But you're also putting out there your reputation.
Mm-hmm.
So we know when we have to contact you for okay, we want new patients, or we want to focus on marketing this. It's our reputation.
Right.
We want that to look good.
Yeah, for sure.
And So if we just kind of willy-nilly do it, then we're not looking like we got our act together.
Yeah, that's all right. It's all right. Nobody really has their act together. We're all just faking it. Your producer and I were joking about our age. We're both 50. Like thinking, I still don't know what I want to do when I grow up.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah, seriously.
It's kind of wild. Like, I feel like I'm still just a kid.
Me too. I think that's a superpower. Like, when you are somebody who is creating solutions for people, which is what Dr. Alex, Dr. Lauren, HML Functional Care is all about, right? It has to feel playful. It has to feel, you have to have that childlike curiosity that, like I have in my whiteboard, the term, what if, ... written up there as a reminder. It's like, well, what if we did fill in the blank? What are the possibilities? And the moment you lose that, so curiosity is what I believe is the key to a life well lived. I actually gave a TED talk on it 15 years ago. I don't think you knew that. Yeah, no. To high schoolers, tough crowd. But it was about curiosity and that childlike wonder. If we lose that, particularly as entrepreneurs, I think that's part of my secret sauce. I think that's part of what most people's secret sauce is. Even if they're the most mature, business out there, still having that if you're the leader, like what are the possibilities? I mean, that's what we're supposed to do as leaders of businesses is continue to ask those questions. And so I think that what you guys have done at HML Functional Care is I've seen you load up on investments in equipment, like your lasers. Let's use those as an example. Those are not cheap. You've invested in quite a few of them. We've taken them home to, at night to help us with various things, sicknesses and things in our family. It's been cool to see you guys to have that childlike wonder to invest in new things and try new things and bring them into your practice. And not only bring them into your practice, but also become experts at them. Yeah. And it's for all the sake of helping people. So, yeah.
Well, and it's even funny you mentioned that. We're definitely at the same wavelength because again, one of these kids last night. So my folks are in town.
Yeah.
They went on their
shout out to Jeffrey and Rita. Jeffrey and
Rita. They went on their what I call the tour because they live in Phoenix, but they drove all the way up to Minnesota to see family.
Oh, really?
Because there was a 50th wedding anniversary in the family.
Yeah.
Then I have a sister in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and now they're down here.
Oh yeah, you betcha.
So don't you know?
Yeah. Don't you know?
Yeah, oofta.
I've not met your sister. She's the only one I haven't met. The saint. I assume she's a saint dealing with all your brothers.
She has to be.
I mean, she has to be. Yeah. That's wild. I've never met your sister. Only Nelson I haven't met. I've met all your brothers.
Yeah, that's true.
Huh.
That's true.
Anyway, back to your story.
So anyway, they're in town and they came in the office to print some stuff out.
Yeah.
And one of the kiddos was like, "Who dat?" And he can hardly speak. That's why he's there. He's working on speech delay.
Yeah.
Who dat? Well, that's my dad. Your dad? Yeah. My dad's over there. Your dad there? It's just my dad. Your dad? He didn't comprehend. It's like, I look like a dad.
Right.
How do you have a dad?
Right.
It was awesome.
He's like, just little people have dad.
Yeah. So then he's going over and he's talking to my dad, getting the lay of the land. So then as he's doing that, I go and I talk to the parents. I'm like, great, he's distracted. Give me a sec. And I was like, hey guys, I'm going to try something new with him. It's this like a sensory integration tactic I've been thinking about and waking up in the middle of the night about. And I was like, there's nothing proven about this. I don't have anything other than a hunch, and I want to try this. What do you guys say? And they're like, oh yeah, sure. And you would think that parents would be like, no, I only want like proven things.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're like, yeah, if you think this is gonna help my kiddo, that's all they want.
Yeah.
And I think it's because they appreciate maybe that ongoing curiosity and involvement of this thought process.
Well, also, not to get too spiritual, but you remember we had a men's group a couple years ago in our neighborhood.
Yep.
And we identified, whether you like it or not, that you have a gift, and your gift is the gift of healing. Mm-hmm. I feel like people sense that even if they don't know you. Because I'm a spiritual person. You know this. Like, I feel like those parents probably, you have that, I don't want to use the word authority. I don't like authority. The expertise carried with the genuine caring human characteristic that allows people to say yes to things like that somebody else they may say no to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Right. And, the reality is a lot of people that come to your place are looking for answers when they've run into a brick wall before. I mean, that's what the ads that are running right now. We just fired up the ads, 24 hours ago, right?
Yeah.
It's like we see solutions where other people don't. If you hit a brick wall with, let's use autism. You've got a child who's, nonverbal, autism, running for the door, wearing a diaper at 13, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. I'm actually describing my buddy's son, which is awesome. But you may have thought, hey, we don't have hope for him to integrate more into society or, maybe be able to speak at some point in time. Your place is HML Functional Care is a beacon of hope. I mean, I'll just say it out loud. It's like, all right, well, you thought you hit a brick wall. You got a whole bunch of other things that are available to you. Mm-hmm. People sense that, man.
Yeah. Well, and I hope, because the major at the core crutch of healing nowadays mm-hmm. is not only the healer's intent, the healer, whoever it is, if they're doing surgery on your open heart, or if they're in a room with your kid with autism, it's the healer's intent. I mean, they have to be there, and they have to have the love and the respect for the individual, and everything goes with that. But it's the healee's intent. Yeah,
they got to be a willing participant and want to get better.
Yep.
That whole mindset thing. Now we're going to mindset, one of my favorite things. But you have to believe that you're going to get better. The parents have to believe that something's going to happen here. I believe that plays into it.
Yeah.
Huge. I mean, that's what I teach entrepreneurs all the time. I got this triangle. I'm like, your beliefs drive your behaviors, which drive your results, and it's this reinforcing. Mm-hmm. And you don't need people don't need a lot of proof of results. Like if they're think about this this child, right? 13 years old, maybe parents have lost hope. They've spent 13 years going in and out of various places. And maybe on visit 3, they see something different from mm-hmm. you guys. They're like, it's something small. Maybe it was half a smile or something where they hadn't had smiles before. They're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We just saw something, which gives them the reinforcement to continue going. And then you look up in a couple years and the kid's, advanced or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the name of the game. People need to believe. They need to be able to see the results of that belief, and then that reinforces things, and that's how we can change lives, man.
Yeah.
Whether we're doing it in the business world, in the physical world where you're helping people, the mental world, wherever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's such a good point, because that mindset will take parents home, or take that business owner home, and have a way different track of thinking.
Yeah.
It's going to open up that individual. Like it'd be cool to be a fly on the wall with what you do, mm-hmm. with some of the people you mentor, and see the individual on day one, and then after they talk with you, they might have some sort of breakthrough with an idea.
Yeah.
And then they go down a trajectory, and it's only because they changed how they were thinking.
Yeah. I mean, I measure my I don't even know what to call them. The people I work with. I don't like clients. I don't like mentees. I don't like customers. The people I support, the entrepreneurs I support. I developed a grading scale that I take them through ideally 6 weeks. And I have 24 different markers that I'm measuring across all aspects of their life. I'm talking like, how's your sleep? It looks a lot like your stuff, because it's all intertwined. The human.
Perfect.
I mean, business is what? Business is just a group of people. A company is just a group of people rowing in the same direction, hopefully the same boat, trying to get the same thing done. Mm-hmm. So if we think about it that way, we're like, well, we're actually just humans. That's what it is. Okay. Yep. So humans helping humans. Great. You're going to have this litany of things that maybe they're worrying you, right? Or that are showing up in your life. Maybe it's relationship conflict. Maybe it's not having relationships like you and I do. That's actually one of the big things I work on. I'm like, if you are particularly a dude and you don't have other male friends outside of work, you need to make that happen.
Oh, yeah.
For emotional roundness and to show up as a great leader of your company, it's important. And there's 23 other things. And I do think like a doctor. I really do.
Yeah. No, well, yeah, because you're problem solving.
Yeah. Same thing you're doing. You got a tool belt of things that you can help people with, and it's like, which one of these tools is going to be most applicable, have the most likelihood of helping you get what you want or need.
Yeah. Oh, but super good point with okay, a dude needing other dudes. 100%.
Yeah. That's why I'm so glad we race cars. Ooh.
Yes. So seriously, this is definitely a concept that could be discussed even in just a whole show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is the health of men. So if you have a home and let's just I never try to be political, but you have man, wife, you have kids. The man's going to be a leader in a lot of regards, just the way it naturally works, and then the woman as well. Now, if that guy, the healthiest people I know, have friends that are at the same level, they pick them up. They're not their quote like refuge. So like our neighborhood friend group where we have this 24-hour Lemons race team. It's a goofy form of racing. It's an absolute blast. Whenever we get together and let's say it's like all of us guys in the room, it's not that like we're going to just sit there and complain about our wives and our kids and like how stressed we are and we need a vacation. All that
Actually,
stuff.
none of that happens.
No, it is nothing but this.
Sorry, ladies, we're not talking about you while we're racing.
No. It is nothing but laughing and then actually having some genuine conversations of how are things at home?
Yeah.
How are things with Lauren? How are things with the business? And just making sure that you're good.
Yep.
And if you don't have that, as a man especially, having the testosterone-driven bonding, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's just same for women too. I mean, it's like, our wives are really good friends and they have a similar peer group. It's the same thing.
Same thing.
Relationships with others are like this huge superpower that help us get better in business and in life, And we're not meant to be, well, it's part of the reason I'm moving out of my office with no windows and moving somewhere where it's a little bit more social, I guess.
Yeah. We're definitely social beings.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's such a good point to bring up to those people that are, knee deep doing work 18 hours a day, if not more.
It's very weird when I talk to these entrepreneurs. When somebody comes into my practice, they're ready to burn it down. And that's what I tell people. I'm like, I'm going to help you love your company again. If you don't love it, we'll help you find a new home for it, right? But they're not reaching out to me because they're sick. They have signs of sickness. It's not like the work that we do isn't necessarily immediate gratification or rewarding, and sometimes it feels very hard for the entrepreneur that has urgent and important things in there right in front of them, right? But I'm like, man, if we can go through a process where we're going to help you understand where you are across a variety of different things that are important in your life, and we're going to make sure that you continue to fill these buckets. They look at me like I'm crazy, particularly on the friend one. They're like, I don't have time for that. And I'm like, that's why we're here. Yeah. You need to have time for that. Or, hey, I'm not sleeping. I'm waking up early or whatever. Okay, that works for a minute. It's not good long term. So we need to correct that over time. So I don't know. It's a lot of fun, man.
Yeah. You're essentially doing the same thing. It's geared
Different.
towards a business.
Yeah, it's just a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you're like a life coach for business.
I am. I hate that. I freaking hate that.
I hate that term.
I do too. But when I look at my work, I help with the personal, the financial, and the business. That people come to me because of business, but business is personal. It weaves over and also the financial aspect. And so I've gotten way more personal in my practice than I probably thought I was going to with the second act. But God put me here to do it, and so I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, you got an important meeting coming up. I guess we could end this a little professionally. If people want to find out more about Kevin Oldham, even though I just had you come on because I knew this was going to be fun, but if they want to find out more, where do they find you?
I have a personal website that is also my mission in life. It's going to be hard to see. It's on my wrist, which is bethefilament.com.
Yes.
So filament, like, light bulbs. Dr. Alex, you were there when we first said that term in Vegas, of all places. There's an article on my website. I wrote a blog article about why my website's called Be the Filament. I want to be the light in the lives of people I touch. That's why I'm here. And so you can go there, you can learn about me, you can learn about my companies, and I hope that you tap into my world if you care.
Yeah. Then you guys know where to find us at HML Functional Care, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks.
All right, everyone. The Dr. Alex Show is brought to you by Shed Light Cold Lasers. Shed Light Cold Lasers is, bar none, the biggest thing that has changed our practice at HML. Not only on a professional basis and the results that we are getting with our patients, because for all the professionals out there, everything from veterinarians to medical doctors to everyone in between, you can use this laser in your practice for just about anything. But on a personal basis, because what's unique about this laser is it is handheld. And if you know anything about cold lasers, a lot of times they're big, they're gaudy, you almost have to bolt them to a wall and you can't take them anywhere. This one you can take anywhere. That's because the diodes are LED, so it runs on really good lithium-ion batteries. And the other awesome feature about this, if you know anything about lasers, is that you can kind of see it on camera there. This laser has red light and infrared light. So we won't go into the details there, but just know that you got all of those features. It also comes preloaded with all of the presets to work on specific organ systems, to work on different areas of the brain, like our specialty at HML, as well as a whole host of other things that you can do with this laser. And to learn more about the lasers, head on over to shedlightcoldlasers.com, 518-338-6658, or you can email Dr. Griswold, or Griswold as I call him, shedlightinformation@gmail.com. And we want to note that you don't have to be a doc to buy these. You can be a patient, someone off the street. And Shed Light specializes in educating professionals, doctors, therapists, as well as lay public people, if you will. If they want to buy a laser, they will completely educate you on how to use it, or they will send you to a doc on the ground, someone like us, to learn how to use it, or they'll just send you to that doctor's office, and then you can let the doc take over. Either way, they'll give you all the knowledge and information and resources you need to either get that laser or where to find one in the doc's office.